Yes, top of the moment to you. How na dey? I believe say na dey okay. Today na Wednesday, and as it be Wednesday, you know what we dey take and do like we talk some minutes ago there. Na legal matter we dey take and discuss. Yes, make we know say once person dey inside a country, you are bounded by the law. No matter who you be, rich, poor, anything wey you like make you be, the law still dey above you. So that is why we have to know what the law says, and to do justice to that, now we own legal luminary, the man wey be say sabi agba lawyer. They talk about no other person but Barrister Tommy Vincent. Good morning, sir.
Thank you, Baba. If you know me say I understand English very small. As you call am luminary, like say na lumi. Luminary. And I mean, so I not beat anybody. And it's limited. It's nice to have you. Nice to have all of you. Nice to see you, everybody back.
Everybody back.
Everybody.
Been all over.
Been all over.
Pastor, what are you trying to do? You want to take pictures or what?
I want at some point in time. I like to. Yes. Today we are continuing with where we stopped the other time, talking about avoiding legal troubles in 2020. And last week we spoke extensively about the fact that don't assume that you know, particularly when it comes to law. And for those of you who joined in last week, we are talking about the issue of assumption, even as per taking care of children, the law relating to children. Now, I just want to continue on that the point we're trying to make with that is that if you're going to have a good year, as much as possible, try to know what the law says about what you are doing. Just try to know. Don't assume that because you have always been doing it that way, it remains that way. For instance, by February in Lagos now, 1st of February, Marwa, Keke, and all those kind of things will stop.
Very many people were even asking if those private riders are affected. They are. We've seen it in the
So the point remains that you don't want to assume. No go affect. Once they don't talk, say, now law. It's not a question whether it is good or bad, whether it is right or wrong. That's now your own judgment. The thing be say whether now law or not law. So the one way we talk about children, we say, oh, children in your house, because I understand about a week or 2 weeks ago, a couple wanted to punish their daughter. They tied the daughter to the roof, and then put a stove.
Yeah, because he just stole 3,000 naira.
Yeah, so that girl can confess and what have you. Of course, probably in those days, it would be like I gave her, I showed her. You can't show anybody now. Understand that aspect. So please, waiting I talk, we say for this year, if you want to avoid legal problem, open your eyes to know those little things around you. Where we say, you don't go just cross road. You go think say because everybody cross road. You don't go just like this point when they come now. I see some Okada people where they do one way for express road, and because when they are doing that, when they are constructing the road, it was easy for people to do one way, but now they've opened the road. People who were doing it when the road was constructing have now turned it in their own mind that since we are doing that way, now you can still do it. Of course, that just one day somebody will just did that. They've been seeing you. One day they arrest. And if you are a passenger and you say, but everybody they follow them as they take one way, the law be say, if they catch the man when they take one way, you wait inside that car or wait inside that keke or whatever, you are also a culprit because you are allowing that man to take you through that way. don't assume, don't say that you don't know, because ignorance of the law not be excuse. So we have talked about that one. The other thing I want to talk about is your investments. I beg, anything where you do this year, where you know understand and well in terms of investments, no put hand o. I dey warn because I get some matters wey be say some people come consult me, say they do some investment and the man no wan pay the investment. And I come ask, which kind of investment? If you hear the thing well, they don't even sabi the thing themselves. The only thing wey they sabi say, the man say make you bring money, he go give us interest, which is above bank rate. Anything wey they do like that, they call am Ponzi scheme. Remember MMM?
And there are so many online.
Oh, so many.
No, they even have, funny enough, a woman was sharing her ordeal with me yesterday. There used to be one in town here, in this solo. The woman started with 20, they gave her 35. She quickly returned, she and her husband, they carried their pikin school fees. They give them double. As if that was not enough, it was on the third round. Now on this third round, this woman invited her neighbor, who actually started with 100,000 naira. That one went to borrow money. Yesterday, she shared the story with me. By the time they got to this one, they get office. Nobody said they don't even get office for Isolo here. At Isolo bus stop upstairs there, they get office. By the time they got there, they met all the
obviously, you know, it's so easy for them to rent a place.
The woman will carry somebody go. Can't become double wahala for dead body. And she dey cry for her own money.
She dey cry for her
the lady
friend.
come dey tell her, now you know them. You can't tell me you don't know them. It's a setup. You must say, see me and my husband self with the cry. I say, no, it's a setup. And the matter is still at the station up to now.
That's why that one a typical case. Because when they put you inside those, don't. And you will be say, you like to share in quote good news. If they work for me, can't join me for them. Wait, you know, no invite other people go and join. If you do them for yourself. As bad as it is.
But the problem is most times for all of these things, they tell you that the number of persons you bring determine
that's even
how, yes, they tell you it determines how much and of course how long or whatever you get.
I understand.
So,
downline.
I think that's why most
Downline, yes.
All those downline, you know, sabi anything. Like now, what you go tell that woman where you go invite, we bring 100,000 come, and you never get anything at all.
The woman in charge, she say already any more show. That was
of course now. Of course, that's why you have to be very careful about all these issues of you are getting people involved. You are also going to things that you don't know. So avoid investment, avoid putting your money, avoid inviting other people to come and join you for what you don't know. I beg. Number 3. Waiting, I won't talk now. I beg, wherever you do, listen very well. Be mindful of your space and your surrounding. Be very mindful of your space and surrounding. I don't know when they put them there. Don't be excuse. I don't know how you get there. Don't be excuse. Somebody they can't live with you. You know sabi and well. Or especially some parents people say your child friend will come to sleep for your house. And you don't know the child well. Excuse no deal. Now you be first line of attack in case anything happen. Because now your house, that boy is sleep.
Anything happen.
Avoid your space very well. Somebody they live with you when they go out. You don't know what they do for your house. And be a pedophile where they molest children around. Now your house be first point of call. So open your eyes very well.
So if they don't see the person that they will pick.
Of course now. Open your eyes very well for this kind of thing. Maybe say when you do, collect all the your space and your surrounding. Now to always ensure that you are thinking that, can I control this space? Am I the one in charge of this space and surrounding? if it's under my care or under my purview, can I be responsible enough for it? Some of us don't even know, as your house there, the things waiting for your house. So many corners for your house, you don't know. And some people when they live with you, they put things for one corner, put this in for that corner, put this in one corner. Sometimes just deliberately rearrange your house so that you can see
You'll be shocked.
Yes.
those
Anything
corners.
that-
Eh?
yeah.
You'll be shocked.
You'll be shocked. Because if anyone come inside, say they want to come search your house, they can't go one corner and see. I don't know how it's get there. No be
You'll be excused.
oh. So for 2020, and I cannot be disclosing, cases of people unless you're on here like this. But many people will say, I don't stand for. We say, nah, this kind of thing happen. For even their shop, not even their house, shop, one small shop. We don't know say that they keep things inside that shop. And so how much more house? So if you don't want trouble, open your eyes.
Sir, let me quickly cut in here and ask, sir. You as a lawyer and also as a parent, is it too much if I deliberately go into my daughter's room or apartment whenever she's not around and I just do possibly a quick search? Am I intruding on her privacy or on his privacy legally? Have I committed any offense? Or is it a normal duty that a parent should do?
I think I like that question. One of the things that every parent should do is like, let your children know that you reserve the right to make that inspection.
I should let them know
Let them know.
first.
Like, look, I reserve the right. So I want to respect your privacy. I reserve the right. But, so if it's a girl child, probably you are going to, you take your mother along, the mother along. Let me be here. Look at this one. Look at this one. But just not in terms of the space. I reserve the right to come to your room to check. This is my house. Primarily. If you're in your house, then you take responsibility for your own house. But this house, I reserve the right. So please don't bring in that things that are contravening. Don't bring things like this. Don't bring friends and harbor them in my house without letting me know. Not that one day I'll just come and I hear somebody stay in your room. No. I reserve the right to enter that room because it's my house.
Reservation to know, sir. Does it still operate between husband and wife? Because I don't go home one day where I observe say, maybe as I keep my wardrobe, I meet her. But when I want to challenge my wife and the thing, she just say, I'm trying to arrange your clothes and everything. But I know it's more than that. Is it still legally allowed to between husband
and wife? There should not be, at least because one affects the other. Ordinarily, because if husband and wife are living in the house, more or less, if police are going to do anything, it's going to be between two of them. That one suffers more, other ones, but more or less it's like their home. So when it comes to the issue of what you just said now, there is actually, between them, there should not be anything hidden. Ideally speaking. So I can arrange, you can arrange, I can do. But I've seen instances where a wife was keeping contrabands.
Yes.
You understand me? And of course, it was obvious that she was the one keeping it. So when the time came, they were able to pick her directly because she kept it in her space, in her, and what have you. But what if that thing had been kept on the husband's side?
That is indictment.
Are you getting me? That's why, even if both of you decide, okay, this is your room, this is my room, your own space, always ensure that you are
Checking it.
you are mindful of, this is my space. Don't let your wardrobe be so cluttered that you cannot know what is under. Just always ensure that you have a good view of your own space. Are you understanding me? So your wife can then have her space where she is, but at least for your own, know that is your
Okay, Barry, can we have our own space too now by going on this break?
Please let us have our space. And we are mindful of our space too.
Let's go on this break. We will be right back. Go nowhere. Our people in the talk say ignorance of the law. No be excuse.
If my name na in for property, my child no fit take that thing.
But I get one question. Now, if person die now and he put his wife or he put any of his relative as next.
Ignorance of the law no be excuse o. That na why we get one ogbonge program wey we dey call Legal Matter on top WAP TV.
Yes, if you just dey tune in, na Legal Matter na we dey do, and na how to stay away from gbege wahala palava this year 2020. Legal palava, legal gbege na we dey deal with. Well, barrister don make us realize say we need to be careful with investments this year. How do you sign documents? How do you stand as surety, guarantor? That one we talk about them extensively last week. Quickly again, Barry don let us realize say things don change as it used to be, wey parent fit beat pikin, corporal punishment. This time around, they don talk am for the show today. Say any parent wey try that one, say the law will definitely get you. He said we should be mindful of our space and surrounding. Yes, where you dey stay, you should know you are going to be answerable for anything wey been shared there. Be mindful of your space and surrounding. Now where we been stopped before we go on that break with that. So Slimy will help us open phone lines so that we can have our people too. Babes?
Okay, of course, feel free to call the numbers on your screen. Just kill the volume on your TV set, and I'm sure we are fine. We are good to go, all right? Call those numbers 08173147589. Of course, 08105434984.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. So as we're talking before we went, that we have to be very careful about our space, and it's very important that please you take that advice on board. You know, there was a time we spent time and we discussed about even legal side of helping people. When you give assistance and render assistance, your car, who you give lift to, and it's the same thing with your space. When people are dumping things in your house, let me put this a carton here, let me put this one here, let me put that one there, I'll come back and pick it. There's nothing wrong in collecting things for people to keep for them, but there's something very wrong when you don't know exactly what is inside the bag. Exactly what is inside the bag. And one friend of mine, somebody came and kept, a box in their house, only for him to know later that the box contained part of the money that was stolen from a bank. And the way it was is that the police, as it were, are looking for the culprits, and the culprits were caught, and the culprit confessed the money, but it did not confess entirely how the money were and where the money was. It was then my friend realized that apparently the box they kept in his house contained part of that money. And it became a case of, do you go and give it to police and say they are in my house? Or what? And I told him quickly, as bad as possible, call the people that brought to your house, give it back to them fast. Because because when the deed is like, whether you know it or not, you are an accomplice to a crime. So quickly call them. The point is that it's like almost about 3 layers. The person that stole gave it to somebody, did not tell who the person was. The person that was given to gave it to somebody else who brought it to.
That's what we call spiral reaction.
They didn't know. But in the course of time, the person that stole was arrested, he confessed, and then they went, and so then the people that it got to know that, probably the proceeds in that thing is in this box that they're talking about, one box.
Already in trouble too.
I said, please, return. And, the person was saying that they even intend to go and get a lawyer, so they can use that money to get a lawyer to get him out of that. I said, which money? The money that
he stole.
And the police no go want even hear, say maybe no settle you. They might think say maybe they no go want hear, say na pro bono.
I beg.
Okay, we have Christian. Good morning, Christian.
Good morning.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Thank you, Christian.
You need to be audible so that we can hear you better.
All right. I wanted to ask a question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. There is a friend of mine and also a fiancée to my sister-in-law. That the father, I believe, is the father that hid the boy for more than 3 months now. That nobody knows whereabouts of that young man. The father said that he's going to deal with him, tell him that he's the one that born him. And he said to him. Anytime we call the young man's phone, his phone is ringing for more than 3 months, but nobody's answering it. But no one knows where he is. How did he left? He was in the church. And they were in the church for a church program. Just out of, I don't know what to call it, he just stood up, said that he wants to go and eat himself. And that's the end of it. Up to date. This is last year, it's more than 3 months. What do I do? How do we handle it?
If you have your suspicion or probably
right.
your let's say suspicion, I mean, can become a kind of a lead, but you have to be very clear that look, you are not accusing anybody at this point in time. You are just saying that this is what I think that this person has involvement in it. So to that extent, the police can start investigation to look at it. It's just that you have to be careful about it, because if the heat is turned on, if the boy has not been harmed now, there might be, because that's an abduction. Abduction is illegal, and that I like this for Christian and for those of us who are listening. Yes, you are the one that gave birth to that boy, but there are some things you commit that are still criminal. By the time you restrict the movement of a child, and then that child is not seen, it's plain case of abduction, and you have abducted the child, you have restricted the movement of this child, so it's a criminal offense. And so to that extent, if the man sees the heat, or if whoever took the child sees the heat, can we guarantee the safety of that child any longer? So it's a matter of putting in place a scheme of things that will allow us to get to the root of the matter without hurting the boy, without impairing the safety of the boy. So you can take it from police. Because even
Christian is still there.
Technically speaking, Christian, if a phone is ringing, it means that
somebody is charging it.
It's charging it
for 3 months.
Except it's not, even if it's not a smartphone. The carrier, whether you are MTN, Etisalat, whatever, they can determine where that phone is. They can determine for you, and so be able to say, okay, the phone is ringing at this location, and that location can speak to that child if it's still there.
I think they've actually used that to track down many criminals, but it has to do with the help of the police anyway. The service providers can always. So, Christian, you don't hear for yourself from the legal experts. They say contact police, and police will definitely take the next step. But be sure of your words so that you don't go accuse
make sure your facts are right.
It can't be facts. It can't be factual.
Or suspicious.
Just have a big good basis for saying like, okay, this is what I think and this is what I'm imagining. Please let's see that. Lately too, and that's why even for you can see what they said, what Christian said in that story. A lot of things are there. He said in the church the boy stood up. Sometimes that's why even where that's your space. Those of us who have space for children.
Are you saying they can quiz the pastor too now?
Of course now. The space, that space, anytime you
No,
have a
actually
space.
argue this thing with you before.
Yes, anytime there's a space that you are controlling people, you have to. That's why even employees, they have movement register. Employers.
For me, Barrister, the case of religious centers and worshippers is like when you go to a bank and you park your car and they put it there that cars are parked at owner's risk.
The bank don't exonerate
They've exonerated themselves. I never forced you to come worship with me. It was an open door. Everyone walked in.
And
So why should I be? And you can walk out freely. So why do I have to be the one? I don't know. When I didn't force you to come worship with me, so why do I have to be? Why should I have to be the one in charge of watching over your safety?
Timothy, I like that because you see one of the things I noted here is that law is not about moral. It's not about the way
Common
I
sense.
feel. It's not. It's about the strict regulation or regulatory milieu covering that issue. And the law says that whenever you open, for instance, if I open a shop, the shop is open and people can come in. But the moment I open that shop, anyone that comes to that shop, I owe them a duty of care. I owe them a duty of care such that anything that happens within that purview becomes a challenge to me. That's why you see something, look, as you come in here, we're not taking responsibility for anything. They put it there. They're telling you that, look, we know the legal implication of you coming in, but we also want to tell you that we are rejecting that responsibility. So when you are inside here, be very, very careful about what you do. We will not take responsibility. So if you have a church, for instance...
Sorry, sir. Sorry to hold you a bit, sir.
Ezekiel,
good morning.
Hello, good morning, Barrister.
Good morning, Ezekiel.
Good morning, Barrister.
Good morning, Ezekiel.
Yes. Good morning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You need to turn down the volume on your TV set, Ezekiel. That's too loud.
Extremely.
Okay, Ezekiel, go on.
I want to ask about this. Hello?
I'm here for you. I got to be where.
Yes, I want to ask about this. The salary that you are talking about. This for a commercial, somebody that is doing a commercial business. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you very well.
So, should the case, let's assume that you just gave a lift to somebody or you took some passengers. And mistakenly, when you now get to police checking point.
And they saw. Okay, probably let me just assume that I know.
You know where is
okay, you pick passengers.
And unfortunately, some of the passengers now saw the legal things.
Yes, sir. Ezekiel,
you already know the story.
for
Commercial now.
For many purposes, what you have said is rare to see the driver escaping.
Yeah.
Very rare.
But now the passenger get the
That's
commodity.
why when you are that commercial driver, always ensure that you allow them to say that you will take responsibility for your good. And when they are bringing their good inside, you see, this is the thing will save you a lot of people. I see many drivers don't do it. Put them inside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go. Boom. You see, when the person take time because of this possible thing to know, okay, this good is yours. Box 1, box 2. Sign here. You have even had it before in your hand. Sign here for taking that. This whatever is inside this is your responsibility. So that in case, of course, you are good, the driver, you will be arrested or apprehended. But by the time you get to the point of explaining, I am only a commercial driver, and this is my passenger, and he undertook to take responsibility for this good. Because what usually happens is that when the time comes, when you have not done that, when they are asking who owns this good, the person that owns the good will normally not say I'm the owner of the good. So the driver will say, okay, she will not get them. No, let me get them.
You go
Not
deny.
let me get them. So at that
Who
point,
owns the good?
at that point in time, becomes the case of
Who get the car?
who get the car. So you, if you are listening to me, avoid trouble. If that's your business, you're carrying goods, I'll get a lawyer to help you. Do a short paper so that when the person look, is your good, Abi? This box. We'll call it, I'm going to give you tag, box 1, box 2, your own, Abi. Sign, say, now you get up, and you take responsibility for it. You know, I don't show. So when they are, so that thing, they are just putting it into your own.
If you even do many photocopy, at least if we travel these days now, there are some things we think are not possible, but they are very, very viable. They are possible. If we travel these days now, they will give us paper. You write your inside Oshodi boss. So what would think say how did the law actually make them do that, and how are they able to
I think it's to have
to
a count
comply
of number
because,
of passengers.
yes, once they get to every checkpoint now, They will say, where is your VI will say, then they will show them. Because if you don't, they will stop everybody and they will charge the driver. Your name,
and
your
that
phone
thing has
number,
even helped a lot.
It has helped.
In terms
We
of
felt-
accidents and stuff, they are easily, because most times you see the place for next of kin and all of that, so you can easily call the number.
We feel say they no go do am, but now they are complying.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Especially when you're on the road. That's why I say when you're on the road, like Oshodi now, Gbewole, put them inside. Put them inside.
Rush hour.
Rush hour, everything. Be careful.
Raymond. Good
Zamfara.
morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, Raymond.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Please go on. Turn down your volume, Raymond.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm fine, Barrister.
Yes, sir, Raymond.
Now, can hear you.
I can hear you very well.
Good
too.
morning.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
Barrister.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you. The network is not actually low.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Barrister?
I can hear you very well. Clear.
Okay. What I'm saying is that what about the case that, the difference between business and church something?
Yeah. There's a difference. I agree with you, Raymond. There's a difference.
Church business, I get it.
Yes, I get you.
What about, for example, and you have up to 10,000, worshiper, I get it. How
Yeah.
can you able to be,
See.
monitoring them or knowing who that come to the service?
See, if you have 10,000, then believe in me, to save yourself legal headache, legal trouble, get CCTV.
I think I was about to say that.
Get them.
Yeah.
Because there are some things that some of us think that is not wise. Get CCTV. Get the things that will put you in a position that you can answer, take charge, or responsible for people. Once there's a car, you see, nowadays these things are because of the legal dimensions of this. Imagine that issue of that pastor at Akure,
Yeah.
if like that children department, that children hall,
Had
there's a
a
CCTV.
yeah.
They
It
will
would have
know.
been so easy
They will
to
know.
know what's
where
up,
he
what
is
happened.
today. He's in jail. For remanded in prison for since about before December.
Sure.
Till now, this is we're entering February.
Missing kid.
You can imagine what will have saved himself, if there was a CCTV. Sharply.
Playback.
They just play back and see. That's why you take responsibility. When there's a space, when you are controlling a space, you tell them, excuse me, I am not going to take this responsibility. But if you don't tell them, if you feel shy or you feel that it's not right to tell them that, then just assume that I will take care of you while you are here. Like you are doing a party. And these are things that people don't understand. That when you are doing a party, in those days when you are doing a party, people will come and fight and do what have you. Before you know the party scattered, death has called and what have you.
And at the person will do party,
Of course now, because by the time they fight, the people that fought, the people that will have run away.
Obviously,
And you can't carry the cops away without going to go and report. So these are all the things that you factor in. This party I want to do. Can I control the crowd? Can I do this one? Because these are the problems you put yourself into.
Come and eat. I'll see how to be careful.
There's lesson with big men.
Yes,
Whoever
sir.
want to learn.
Of course. It's small party now.
I went to the island, I went to Lekki to do even some on this mainland. No music, they no go call DJ. Now their house tape. And now baby go the year.
Small party.
Very low.
And they go do very classy.
No beer. Nothing.
The life there is.
Nibo.
There is. It's just that they call the rich. They don't call everybody.
No noise. Oh, le rẹni tí ó wà lóun fẹ́ wá jà pé. And when you come, the rising no go pass more like this.
But you see, if you see this kind of party we are talking about, you will see.
No be when person come Agedegudu àbí Ẹ̀sà àbí wey come Alago méjì wọ́n ti jẹjẹkújẹ wọ́n ti mú kúmu wọ́n ti mú wèrè yó wọ́n dàgbòrú Joan jèrè àti mainland. Joan. One, then in náwó they no go spend.
Hello, Joanne. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
All right. So you get questions or contributions for Barrister?
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, Joan.
How you doing, Joan?
I do.
So which one you get for us now? Question or contributions?
Yes, I get
Okay.
question.
All right. Go on.
Fine. I beg, what about when you meet a core member on the way coming from the camp, and this particular core member is stranded, and you see this person, you have pity on her, and you try to help and accommodate this person. They're not knowing that this person is a wanted person. What will you do in that case?
That's what I said. You see, the issue is that, of course, let me put it this way. There are some issues or some problems that when they occur, it's just like, it calls it unfortunate circumstance. You might have to explain yourself to get out of it. But if it's found that you are unnecessarily accommodating a wanted fugitive, then you go for it. But because ordinarily you are the one that the person was found the person was found in your house, so you have to explain what the person. You cannot go and explain. I didn't know. I saw him on the road. I just I'm a good Samaritan and what have you. You know, you can explain, and that one would absolve you of problem and things like that. But where you cannot clearly explain this, that's why we're talking about that. There's nothing wrong in being helpful, but just be mindful of the implications, possible implications. And when you are mindful of that, you can now say, okay, if this happens, this is what I'm going to do. This not just throw everything and then it meets you. You cannot even answer again. You can imagine if person will understand that kind of driver, we know hear what we talk now. You just carry buru. When they ask you who you be, and the man say, I no be get am, and you know too often not fit, how you go take your care? That's why you see that sometimes they're crying. I don't know anything about you too. I don't know. I just carry them, and it don't happen so many times. If you go to Ikoyi or some of those correctional centers, so many are waiting to try. They keep insisting that I do not know nothing about this thing.
Ordinary words of mouth cannot
absorb them. So, wale, enter, kia, fast. Now, trouble they look for. Even if now a church member, help me carry this thing, or you're a mosque member, ask them where, who get up, waiting day inside. So when they carry the thing go, and too often they talk where, and they can't arrest them because you know, brother Nana, now you get up. And brother I say, now we get up. I could say yourself. These are all the things you have to put into consideration, so that nobody says you should not help. Nobody says you should not have your church. People should not come to your church, but be mindful of the implication of this thing. Nobody said the mosque, that your lesson that you are running. That you are salatu, that's your lesson, your jam lesson.
I think I should quickly say this about jam. Yesterday I was at the jam center, one of the classes where they do, and for anybody where they run tutorial center, we should know that it is now a very punishable offense for owners of tutorial center to sell jam form. In fact, they arrested some of our colleagues yesterday, and no be small matter for anybody. Please. They say make they no sell jam.
No assume. If it happen before, ask question. You see, they happen so. Because the thing when they happened yesterday, nobody said the same.
Funny enough, they published their name in Vanguard yesterday.
I beg, so that you go understand. I go see you next week. Yes. I will start another topic that time.
Thank you very much.
Stay safe, 2020.